Welcome to Awesome Video Game Memories, where we talk about awesome memories about video games. I'm Ryan, and today's game is Ghostbusters! So, everyone seen that awesome new movie, huh? Yeah. So, Ghostbusters was probably one of the first movie-based games I've ever played, and I actually owned the Commodore 64 version of this before I played the NES version, and I loved it. I don't know why, but sadly my Commodore 64 broke. So during one of my birthdays, I think when I was in the second or first grade, my dad's friend bought me the NES version of this game, and I was like so happy to play it again. I mean, it's gonna be exactly like the Commodore 64 version. But you know, back in the day, I was a dumb kid at the time, but I fucking loved Ghostbusters, man. I mean, I had the action figures, I watched the cartoon, but I never owned a Proton Pack. So I was kind of blind to realize how crappy this game actually was. Yeah, so this game was a bit weird. It wasn't anything like the movie or the cartoon. You had to go around the city of New York, as very detailed as it looks, you know, trying to stop ghosts from going to the Zool Tower. Then you had to catch ghosts by responding to calls that people are making with the flashing buildings, and then you had to drive to places too. So it was more of a Ghostbusters simulator than actually a game based off the movie. Yeah, so the driving parts, I always remember always hitting cars every single time, and you know, I just didn't really care at that point. I would just go at top speed and just to get to my destination, and even if I hit a whole bunch of cars, probably like 2 or 3, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. And then I remember the ghost busting parts where there was ghosts flying around. You had to trap them in the stream and put them inside the ghost trap, and every single time I would cross the streams, despite what they said in the movie. Actually, one of the funniest things about the driving parts is when you actually run out of gas and then you have your Ghostbusters coming out and pushing the car up. As a kid, the graphics were so not detailed at the time, so I actually thought when you ran out of gas, these 2 booster rockets came out and pushed the car. But for booster rockets, those rockets were pretty slow. So you had to go to the store to manage your inventory, so I remember getting the thing that lets you vacuum the ghosts in your car, and I also remember getting the larger proton pack so you can shoot like a longer beam. I think those were the 2 main items I got. There's also like an item that lets you do more cases across the city, but it was just way too overwhelming. And there was also an item that lets you take less hits in Zool. So the Zool building, I confess, I could never beat this game without the Game Genie, because getting up that Zool building without the Game Genie was freaking impossible. I think at the most I can get 6 floors up, and the ghosts just kill you just like that. And it doesn't really help when you open some of the doors, that the traps, that I know, like there's traps. Yeah, but in the movie they just cut to them going in the first, and then they're up at the 22nd floor. Like, why couldn't it be like the movie? Yeah, so I remember the fight with Gozer at the end was actually pretty easy, because, well, obviously I had to use the Game Genie, so I couldn't die. And, you know, like, you saw Marshmallow Man, like, you have to beat Gozer before Marshmallow Man climbs the building. So, you know, you beat Gozer, and then you get the most awesome text ever. I won't spoil it, just read it. So I remember being really determined to beat this game no matter what, and there's just no way I could do it. But when I finally got the Game Genie, and I got to that screen that told me, "Congratulations, we approved the culture, and I completed such a fantastic game." God, even as a kid, I felt the scars of this fucking game. Oh my god. So, unless you go on eBay, you can't get this game anywhere. Which is a good thing, because you probably shouldn't play this game. But knowing you, yeah, you're probably going to play this game anyways. And probably playing this game is probably going to be better than seeing the new movie that came out. I don't know what's worse. So that ends this awesome video game memories on Ghostbusters. If you have any memories, especially painful ones, Make sure to leave those in the comments below. And if there's a game that you would like for me to talk about here on Awesome Video Game Memories, make sure to leave those in the comments below as well. Take care. There's a shitty game in your Nintendo. Who you gonna call? Nobody!